Hey, it's Arthur Will Luckman, here to make you feel just a little bit smarter today. See, there's this show I used to watch on TV in Australia called Kinney, which was basically a sketch comedy show. And one of the sketches was this guy decided to let his partner in on this amazing secret magic that he'd found in the house. He showed her that there was these plates, and if he left these dirty plates sitting on the table, he'd come back the next morning and they were washed, cleaned and put away. And if he left dirty clothes lying on the ground, again, the same idea. He comes back the next day, they're washed, they're folded, they're in a basket ready to go again for the next day, or something like that. And I would sit there thinking, man, that who would possibly be that stupid to believe in that kind of thing and obviously not realize that the wife is quite annoyed because she's the one that actually does it all the time. Now, you might see where I'm going with this, but I had a similar experience. So we bought a coffee machine just before my kids were born, so 8 or 9 years ago. Now, in this coffee machine, there's this little plastic container tray that sits at the back and holds the water. And for a very long time, I kind of just assumed that that found a way to get water in it. And I never really thought about how. Maybe it came from the capsules that you put in, maybe some kind of condensation built up on the machine. I didn't really know, and I didn't really think about it too much. So I guess I could put that down as me thinking it's somehow just magic. Until one day, not that long ago, unfortunately, I realized that it had no water in it. I put the capsule in, I pressed the button like normal, and it started gurgling and nothing was coming out. I was trying to work out why this was the case. So I started fiddling around with this coffee machine, and I made this amazing discovery that this actually comes off. And you can put it under the tap and you can refill it yourself. Now, I went to my wife thinking that I had made this amazing discovery and tried to say to her, did you realize that this container actually comes off so we can fill this ourselves? And she kind of looked at me like I was a little bit insane and I couldn't quite work out why. And she said to me, are you serious? Of course I know that thing comes off. I've been filling it for the last 8 years. So a little bit of magic died that day when I found that out. It also reminds me that when I was a kid in primary school, one of the teachers told me that she could always tell if we weren't singing. Now, I spent years trying to work out how she knew that we weren't singing. Was it my chest not rising and falling when I was taking breaths if I was actually singing? Was it the way my mouth was moving or my posture or something like that? And it's embarrassing to admit that it wasn't until my mid-20s that I realized that it was just something she said to make me sing and she couldn't actually tell. So a little bit of magic has died in my life with those realizations. But hopefully, for your benefit, you guys feel just a little bit smarter having heard it.